Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I talk about the NWSL, women's soccer, just soccer, only soccer. We have another US women's national team roster drop today, guys. A lot sooner than I expected. I had a feeling it was going to come out sometime this week, just not today, Monday, November 18th. I guess it's good that it dropped today or it's coming out earlier because I do have some Champions League games to cover this week too. And there's also the NWSL final on Saturday as well. So yeah, overall, it's just been a busy week, or it's going to be a busy week in women's soccer. So the US will be heading to Europe for two friendlies. The first one is going to be Saturday, November 30th against England, and Tuesday, December 3rd against the Netherlands. Many fans want the US to take on more challenging teams. And that's not to say the US's games against Iceland last month were easy. They weren't. But when it comes to England and the Netherlands, these teams will be able to fight for control and will likely challenge the US backline more consistently. I can definitely see that in regard to England and also the Netherlands, but probably more so England. England's attack is still going strong from what I was able to see in their friendlies last month against Germany and South Africa. So a meeting between the US and England will be exciting to see. A match between the US and the Netherlands, that will probably be a lot of fun. That all being said, let's get into the roster, starting with the goalkeepers. For goalkeepers, Mandy Hott, Alyssa Nair, and Fallon Tullis-Joyce. My jaw dropped when I saw the goalkeepers. I was expecting to see Nair, Casey Murphy, Aubrey Kingsbury, maybe also Mandy Hott as well, but not Fallon Tullis-Joyce. Fallon Tullis-Joyce, former OL Reign / Seattle Reign goalkeeper, now starting goalkeeper for Man United, has been called up to the US women's national team. I've been wanting her to get called up to the national team since around 2022, which I guess is the Vlatko era. That was when she was really killing it, and yeah, he didn't call her up for whatever reason, but finally, it's happening. Fallon has gotten called up to the national team. So she's doing well at Manchester United. She went through a slump in 2023 with the Seattle Reign, transferred to Man United that same year, was the backup keeper to Mary Earps. Mary Earps got traded to PSG, and now Fallon is Man United's new starting keeper. And they love her over there. And like I said, yeah, she's doing well at Man United. I hope she can get some minutes in these games. Yeah, she's an awesome keeper. I'm really looking forward to her in these games. And yeah, I really want her to play. Anyway, I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's get into the defenders. For defenders, Tierna Davidson, Emily Fox, Ava Gayatino, Naomi Girma, Casey Kruger, Alyssa Melanson, Jenna Neiswanger, Emily Sams, and Emily Sonnet. So the backline of defense is going to be essential against England. Like I said earlier, England's attack is still going strong and will definitely pose a threat to the US. The Netherlands also has dangerous attacking players too. They're players that the US has to watch out for. These defenders should do well against England and also the Netherlands. Girma is good and will be able to keep up with England's attacking players. I can probably see her shutting down Alessia Russo or Jessica Naz, if Russo or Naz are selected to the England camp, that is. Emily Fox, also another good defending option. She plays for Arsenal and probably knows what to expect from her Arsenal teammates, as well as the rest of the England team, since many of them play in the WSL. I'm also looking forward to Sams and Melanson. I thought they did well in the October friendlies. Sams, if you're following the Orlando Pride, is a tough defender. She tends to put her body on the line, but the same could be said about a lot of the Orlando Pride when it comes to defending. But yeah, Sams won't let England or the Netherlands bully her or the back line. And then we have experienced defenders like Davidson, Kruger, and Sonnet. The US back line will definitely be challenged and tested in these games, but I'm confident in the US's defense and these defenders. I think they'll do a good job, hopefully. That being said, let's get into the midfielders. For midfielders, Corbin Albert, Sam Coffey, Hal Hirschfeld, Lindsay Horan, Rosa Vell, and Lily Johannes. Yeah, pretty standard. Albert, Coffey, Hirschfeld, Horan, and Lavelle were selected to the October roster. They did well in those games. And it was a bit funny in the US's second meeting with Iceland, where we kind of realized what happens when Haran isn't in the midfield and why she needs to be there. Against England and the Netherlands, there are a lot of good midfielders for England and the Netherlands. And this is where control is going to be important. This is where the US needs to be more aggressive. Coffee will do well. Haran is a bit iffy. I've been following Haran closely at Lyon, and I noticed she needs a lot of support in the midfield when she does lose possession and turns over possession. So yeah, on top of that, there also needs to be good support in the midfield. Someone to pick up after Haran. That will likely be Coffee or Albert. Those of you on my channel already know how much I like Coffee in the US midfield, so I'm not going to say anything else about her. I'm just confident in her ability. Although, I would like to see how she goes up against England's Grace Clinton if Clinton is called up to the England camp. Yeah, that's a tough midfielder, and that's going to be a midfield/defensive battle to look forward to. There's also Georgia Stanway as well. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see how Coffee handles Stanway or Clinton. And speaking of tough midfielders, there's also Damaris Aguirola and Daniela van de Donk for the Netherlands. I'm definitely expecting some battling in the midfield between the US and the Netherlands. Funny enough, Damaris and van de Donk tend to support Haran really well in the Lyon midfield. Now those two will likely be gunning for her in that friendly. I think the US midfield could manage okay against England, but the Netherlands, that's going to be a different story. Things could get pretty physical, and there could be some cards too. Yeah, that will be something to watch out for, how the US goes about handling the Dutch midfield. And without further ado, and this news technically came out I think a couple weeks ago, but Lily Johannes decided to fully commit to playing for the US women's national team. I'm ecstatic. I thought after the US won gold at the Olympics, maybe Johannes would be more swayed or more tempted to play for the US, and I guess she was convinced. I'm looking forward to her in the midfield, and it will be interesting to see how she connects with the other midfielders and attacking players. I'm interested to see how Hayes is going to use her in the midfield and attack. Actually, now that we're on the topic of Hayes, watch Emma Hayes start Johannes against the Netherlands. It would be kind of funny if she actually scored against the Netherlands too. And just in case you don't know or are unfamiliar with that situation, Johannes had the option of committing for the US or the Netherlands. She also plays for Ajax, a Dutch club. She's a talented player, and the fact that she's choosing to play for the US is awesome, since there are many great players on the Dutch team, like Vivian Miedema. I guess you can throw in Lynette Berenstein, Damaris Aguirola, Daniela van de Donk, Daphne van Domselaar, Sharita Spitze. Yeah, there's just a lot of talented players on the Dutch team. And I think, again, it's cool that she's picking the US over them. But yeah, I can't wait to see what Johannes brings to the US midfield. Anyway, on to the forwards. For forwards, Yasmin Ryan, Emma Sears, Ali Sentnor, Jayden Shaw, Alyssa Thompson, and Lynn Williams. It's an interesting selection of forwards. No Sophia Smith, Mal Swanson, or Trinity Rodman. I was kind of hopeful that Rodman would get called up since she missed the October camp due to an injury, but others have suggested Hayes may be wanting to rest Smith, Rodman, and Swanson, and perhaps give other players a chance, which is totally fair and good. I do like the selection of players so far. But if Smith, Swanson, and Rodman did play against England, that would probably end pretty badly for England, because I don't think England's defense will be able to keep up with or handle them. With this current selection of forwards, though, I can definitely see Shaw, Thompson, Williams, and maybe Sears or Ryan wreaking havoc down the wings and centrally. The thing is, England's defense in their last two friendlies is a bit concerning. They keep leaving space open in the box, creating gaps, and not marking players. A quick player or two, like Shaw or Thompson, will have no issue breaking through England's defense. I am wondering how well the US attacking players will be able to connect in the attack, because that's kind of what it comes down to. The US midfield and attack can break lines and outpace England all they want, but they still need to connect and put away their chances. That's going to be something Hayes is likely going to work on during the camp. I am looking forward to Shaw, Thompson, Sears, and Sentnor. When it comes to Sentnor, I heard she's good in the box for the Utah Royals, so maybe she can grab a few goals. Anyway, this is a very interesting roster, a very interesting selection of players. There's many players I'm looking forward to watching in these games, namely Fallon Joyce, Lily Johannes, Emma Sears, Allie Sentnor, Emily Sams. Anyway, what do you think of the November roster? Which players are you looking forward to the most? Which players should have been called up? Let me know in the comments section below. That is all I have for you guys today or tonight, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later.